YouTube, and welcome back to Fernvalley Farm's YouTube channel. We're on this channel. We are pure country. Alright, we're doing a beekeeping video today. It's actually not too bad of a day outside. It's almost the end of January, but I need to get down here in my shop and get some of this stuff ready for spring, which is coming up. Like I said, it's almost the end of January. I need to get some of this stuff done. This is what I use. I like to use screen bottom boards. I love these things. These things work out really good. I actually did a video on how to make these. So if you go back and search, and they're really pretty simple. They're just made out of 1x4s. Obviously, you make it to the size of your hive. It's a 1x4 on the side, half-inch plywood on the bottom. Make sure you paint all this stuff so the weather takes care of it. Especially this plywood, because obviously underneath moisture, weeds, or whatever is going to come up. You want to make sure you paint this whole thing. I just do it in white. You can actually paint in different colors. I see some guys have different color hives. Supposedly the bees can, sometimes when things are different colors, the bees can notice their hives better. They'll know, if a queen goes out on a mating flight and comes back, she came out of the red hive instead of the blue hive or whatever. I mean, the most general common color is white, and it looks really nice. But what I'm doing here, like I said, go back and check out that video how I made these things. I am tweaking some of mine for this spring, because what I'm doing now, I'm doing something different. Before, what I had, and I don't have one no more. Actually, I do. Hold on. Okay, this is how I've done this in the past. So I made these slide-out boards. It's like, they call them sticky boards. You can buy the really fancy ones with the lines and all that on, so you can check your mite count. I just made these, and it's really easy. And all I did is I made this with like when you see politician signs or for sale signs, that type of material. I made it with these, and I glued it to a piece of really 1/4-inch plywood on the bottom, and the vent holes for the back. And all this did was slide in like that, and there you have it. And if you want to check your mite count, you could pull it out. If you want to put a hive beetle trap in here, you could. And it works really nice, slides in and out, and you got your ventilation. But I started last year using this, and I love it. The ProVap 4, the ProVap 110. Where did I get 4 from? The ProVap 110, I love this thing. This is so nice. But obviously, because I've been fogging in the past, and what I would do is I put the fogger, I would put the fogger through here with the fogger and blast out acrylic acid up in. The problem with the fogger is sometimes it spits out too much liquid, you don't get an exact amount, sometimes the thing wants to argue with you. What's nice about the ProVap 110, and I did do a video on this, I'm going to do another one in the spring when I go to treat. Actually, I probably won't treat with this till maybe early summer. What's nice about this is you put the cap, the porcelain cap, it's out in my, I have a toolbox on my little wagon that I have. I have like a little trailer with my generator on it. The cap, I have a toolbox that I keep all this in, but I brought this in for the video. There's a porcelain cap that sits on here. You put a quarter teaspoon of acrylic acid in here. Actually, you fill the cap up, you put this on, you tap it on. When it gets to the right temperature, you flip it over, and the fog comes out of that so nice, it's beautiful. It gives the exact amount you need. It comes out and goes straight up. It doesn't shoot in like a fogger does. This thing, it's really worth the money. If you got the money, get yourself one of these things. Obviously, our mites are our biggest problem with our hives. We have to control our mites because, like I said, mites are our biggest problem. This thing does such a nice job. I love this thing. But the purpose of why I'm redoing these, like I said, using the fogger, I would just put it through the holes in the back, and it would just go in and sometimes shoot to the front, sometimes go up. You weren't getting real accurate. So what I'm doing, I'm taking this off. Garbage. What I'm doing now, and I already did it on the hives that are outside. These are the ones that I brought in that I need to redo. I cut a piece of, this is just like 1x3 furring strip. What I did is I cut this to fit in here. And it's just a hair tight, which is fine. I want it in there nice and snug. This is going to go flush right to the top of that. And I thought I had the right bit down here, and I don't. You want to use a 1/4-inch drill bit. This hole on here is a 1/4 inch. What you want to do is you put this in here. Let's just say this is, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit this in here tight. And actually, this might fit right in there nice and. I cut it purposely just a hair big, so it could fit in there. There, see? I did this on purpose. There, see how snug that is? Now I'm going to put a couple of nails on either side of this, hold that in. You're probably saying, well, how are you going to check your mites? Well, I'm going to show you. What I like about this, and this is what I do with my hives outside. Now I've got that in there. I'm just going to nail it on either side. I'm going to drill a 1/4 inch hole right there. All you do, you fill your porcelain cap up. You put this on. When this gets to the right temperature, which is right here. If this was the hive outside, see the video? If this was, you put this in just like this. When it's up to temperature, you flip it over. Your fog comes up. It's a beautiful thing. Goodbye mites. That's what we want. We don't like mites. So I think my bit is out by my hives. Actually, I have a toolbox. I have a little shed out there, and I have a toolbox out there where I keep tools. So I got to lug stuff back and forth. I think my bit's out there, which I'll go get it later. But I'm going to drill a 1/4 inch hole right there. Like I said, so instead of using the thing that I just threw away, what I got here, see this stuff? This is, you know what this is? You know, like when you go like in the stores or whatever, you see the big, huge fluorescent lights. This is the plastic. This is the cover for the lights is what this is. I actually got this idea from a friend of mine. She was cleaning out her barn, and she was getting rid of a bunch of stuff, and I seen it. I'm like, ooh, I had this idea for this. It's plastic, it's solid, it's white, it wipes off really good. I've got, see how I cut that, and I left a good, 1/4 inch gap right there. This will slide. Beautiful, right? Mites fall down, pull it out, count your mites. I'm not going to put lines and all that on there. I can just count my mites. Once you kind of learn how to find your mites, they're real easy to see. So this, obviously, is a hair long, and I leave it long like this on purpose. And what I do is I cut out, the other ones are all outside right now. I cut out a notch. Actually, I'll probably trim this back just a hair, just enough so I can grab it and pull it out. And then all you do is put this in, flip it over, and there you go. And then when you're out checking on your hives, if you want to do your mite count the next day or that afternoon, whatever, pull it out. There you go. It washes off really nice. It's nice and solid. One panel in this, I forget how long these panels were. One panel made like 4 of these things. And I haven't priced one yet because she gave me a bunch of them, so I got them already cut up. But next time I go into Menards, I'm going to look and buy another one. You just cut this to size. That's it. This works so nice. I mean, you just go out there, you pull it out, you check your mite count. And there you have it. I make these with this, this is hardwood cloth. I want to say it's number 8 hardwood cloth, I think. I'd have to look back. But you can design your bottom boards any way you want. I like the screen bottom board because it allows all the mites, whatever, to fall through. Any mice, let's say, they can't get in here now as I've done this, but the mice couldn't get through it. Hive beetles, if they're in your hive, will fall through. They'll fall through this and fall on this board and pull it out. That's why I'm going to nail it. Instead of gluing this, I'm going to nail it in case I do have to pull this thing off to clean out the bottom for whatever reason. But I love my screen bottom boards. This thing works really nice. It keeps the hive off the ground. It just sits really nice. One thing I am going to do a little bit different this year, which I did last year, and I did it on this one actually. You can see this one I brought in from outside, where I've got it to where I can pull these off. Can you see this? Yeah. Video. This comes right off. Drywall screws was like the best thing ever invented. So now I can just pull this off. I had these. These are actually, this one's actually glued on. I haven't used this one yet. I need to pop this thing off. So then in the middle of summer, when it's really, really hot, I could just take this off. The hive box, the deep will sit right on top. This whole entrance is wide open. In the fall, we start thinking about mice getting back in or robbing. When robbing starts, I'll put this thing back on, and you can even reduce this entrance if you want. So this just comes on and off. So I got to go through all these boxes here and pop the rest of these things off. You can see I've got all the pieces cut. I've got all the individual pieces cut. All I got to do is go through now and nail them on. Nail them on, drill the holes. I'm ready to go. Get outside, get my box on there. So I've got a few more of these I got to get done. I've got other stuff. I'm going to show you guys all the extra stuff that I need to get ready for this year. My plan is to expand. Hopefully have a better year than last year, knock on wood. My bees right now are doing really good, knock on wood. So this thing is nice. Kill your mites. You got to kill your mites. You can't stress that enough. We all have mites, unfortunately. It's just part of life. We have mites. We can't do nothing about it. If somebody says, I don't have any mites, I'm like, okay, sure. We all have them. But you want to control them. If you control them, you're okay. And knock on wood, like I said, mine are doing really good. I use the Apivar strips in the spring and the fall. I'm going to use them again this spring. I'll do a video on that. But I wanted to just kind of show you guys step by step what I'm going to get re-going here. I do have videos on all this stuff made from last year. But as I go through and add and rebuild more stuff here, I'm going to do a video on it, like right here. And I'll show you when I get to it. I call this my screen feeder board. This thing works really nice. 1/4-inch screen, made out of 1x4. This just sits right up on top of your hive. Put this right up on top. You can put your pollen patties in here, sugar bricks, whatever. I did do a video. There is sugar out there right now, just in case they need it. And I'm going to be doing an experiment, and that video is coming soon. As soon as the weather allows me, I'm going to go out there and open it. I have little lunch trays, which are right here. These little plastic lunch trays. Sits right in there just like that. You can go see the video on this. And I put sugar in there. And I mixed my sugar with dry pollen. I'm going to take half of that out, save it, and I'm going to put regular sugar in it. I'm going to do an experiment. I like to learn what bees do. It's like horses. I got horses obviously out here. I can look at a horse and tell you what it's thinking. I've been around horses like forever. Bees, obviously, we're always learning. So I want to see if the bees like the plain sugar or if they like the sugar with the pollen substitute. I know I'm getting off topic here, but that video is coming. As soon as the weather allows, I'm going to go out there and pull half of that off, put dry sugar or plain sugar with nothing in it, and the other part's going to have the pollen sub, and we'll see what the bees like better. Different video. And when I start getting more of these ready, I'll do videos on that. I make my own inner covers. They're a lot more solid. They ain't going nowhere. The store-bought ones, after a while, when you're trying to pry them up with your hive tool, they come loose. I make these things out of, here again, 1x4s. I cut these in half. I put a notch in them. I glue the board, vent holes. Here again, different video. But as I get more of those ready, I'll show you guys. But right now, I just want to show my screen bottom board, how I make these things. Like I said, you can check this video out. All of this is 1x4. 1x4, your landing board. Sits right up on top. You got your nice number 8 hardware cloth. Bees, and when you want to clean your hive, if you got dead bees, you pull your box off, you clean it off really nice. But the main purpose of what I'm doing today is to get these pieces put in, get it nailed. Put my piece of plastic in there, and zap my mites. There you go. Mites fall through. Pull it out. You can count them. If it gets dirty with, a lot of times when you'll pull these things out, you'll have pollen all over the bottom. You'll have just debris, whatever, from inside the hive. This works out really nice to clean. So, if you like this idea, give me a thumbs up. Give it a try. It really does work really well. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully you try this. And if you do try it, let me know how it works for you. So this is what I'm doing. I'm getting all these ready, and as I get to the next step of the next video here, I will show you what I'm doing. Like I said, it's almost the end of January. Spring is coming. It'll be here before you know it. So I need to get some of this stuff ready. I've been putting it off. I've been trying to get other stuff done. But you can see I only got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go, and then I'll be done. And then they're ready for the hive. So Anyways, hopefully you like this video. Hey, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, support this channel. I really, really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button right over, where's it at? Right over here somewhere. Hit that subscribe button. When you subscribe, hit the little bell next to the subscribe button. You'll get notified every time one of these videos comes out. You don't want to miss anything. Thank you to my new subscribers. You know who you are. I like to give a shout out to people when they subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. And that's about it for right now from Northern Illinois in January, getting stuff ready for spring. So I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.